And our newsmaker today is Jitendra Singh, the sports minister who's de-recognized the Archery Association of India and suspended the Indian Amateur Boxing Federation. We caught up with him. Take a listen.
Federation internationally banning the Indian Boxing Federation. The man who's trying to right now get things into order is Sports Minister Jitendra Singh, and he's in conversation with us. Sir, a rude shock that India woke up to. Were you also really surprised?
Absolutely. I also saw it through the media that another ban has been imposed on us. But I would like to tell the sports persons that the government is trying to do everything. We are also in consultation with the associations and the other committees, and we would try and find a way out. Another way I sort of can suggest and would try and impress on them is have an ad hoc committee, an ad hoc committee of sports persons, of not some influential persons, of only sports persons, and that could work towards the interests of the sports persons for the time being until the impasse is resolved.
You know, you've sort of done away with two organizations today. You said that, you know, you're not going to allow things to happen the way they want. Do we in the future see more of this coming up? And secondly, why did it take you so long, you know, to disregard these two bodies?
Absolutely, you might see one or two more happening in the future. Let's see, maybe we are going through all associations which have not considered, have not kept the sports code in their the constitution. Those will definitely have to be de-recognized. But I would also like to say that we had delayed this for a little bit of for the last week, 10 days, because it's important that the image of the Indian government and the IOC should not feel that the Indian government is trying to regulate anything. But of course, we have the sports bill. There is a IOC charter which has to be followed, which is the same, and rules are for everybody.
What is the way forward now? You know, because now that the ministry has intervened, the government is into the entire matter. How do we see future action, and when do we see corrective action actually happen?
Actually, we've already started the corrective action from this morning, and we are trying to get in touch with the associations and the committees and try and get some sort of an interim arrangement made. But of course, I've also had a meeting with the high-level officers of the ministry and the Sports Authority of India, and of course with a lot of sports persons. So I think we all are working towards a solution, and I think we should be able to reach some sort of an interim solution soon.
You know, NewsX has been following this story for a very long time, and we've had a number of athletes who've spoken to us, and they've told us that they are really concerned about their future, you know, because who's going to fight for them? There's association fighting another association, but there's nobody who's voicing their concern. Now, as the sports minister, as somebody who, you know, has the highest position in terms of authority, what is the assurance that you as a sports minister would like to give the athletes right at the grassroots level?
I'm also a sports person and also the sports minister, so I know the concerns of both. So I would like to assure them that their future is safe. We will put in every effort. Whichever door we need to knock, we will knock, and we will see that their future is not jeopardized in any way.
Finally, you know, the sports bill was discussed by your preceders, and now that the sports bill, it is also being touted that, you know, it is high time that the sports bill comes into action. Is that something which is also going to feature in your priority list right now, and how do you want to go about doing that?
Absolutely. The sports bill was discussed in cabinet. We needed wide more consultation. It was returned with more consultation. So I will be trying to see and consult my cabinet colleagues, all other stakeholders. It is very, very important, especially with the way things are moving the last few days.